Why did Tesla stock price double when Donald Trump won the election? Because traders think that Donald Trump is going to use taxpayer money, your money, if you're an American, to give to Tesla and to give to Elon Musk. That is what inequality does. Inequality gives the rich the power to directly access your tax dollars. That is the end result. That is why you need to care about inequality. That is why you need to care about the distribution of wealth. That is why you need to care about the distribution of power.
I'd never really thought before, Chewie, about talking about inequality and then talking about taxpayer money going to a billionaire. When we think about inequality, I often, most people probably do, think about the people at the bottom. But looking at it from what happens at the top to create the inequality, I'm not saying it's a brand new concept, but as I said, Gary Economics, he words it so well, it makes it so accessible.
What is a tax break? It's exactly that. It's taxpayer money being funneled to the super rich. The reason that Tesla's stock price doubled is because Donald Trump was talking about a tariff war with China. They are absolutely desperate. Tesla is desperate to keep the Chinese EV manufacturers out of North America. Absolutely desperate to, because he knows he has a factory in China. He can see what they're making over there. He knows that his product is not going to be able to compete with them for much longer. So for Trump to come in and say, we are going to tax the shit out of Chinese stuff to the point where it's not going to come in, that is good for Tesla. What's good for Elon is government contracts for SpaceX as well, because he has been saying the whole line that NASA is not capable of doing what he can do, or NASA's not as capable of doing it as fast as what he can do.
Yeah.
Now, there is a reason for that. You may have seen the news from the other day of what happened to Elon's latest rocket. It became a very, very fancy fireworks display. And NASA doesn't really do that very often because it's taxpayer money. So, yeah, he's got his hands out. How many government subsidies has he had for his factories? How many state governments has he lobbied for tax breaks to set up his headquarters somewhere? Like, Elon is a massive beneficiary of public money in the US. But he will sit there and he will talk about bottom feeders, and he will talk about government
welfare
waste
queens
and all of those sort of things. That he's the government waste. Like, it's not like he's competing in the free market, because he's getting massive handouts and shortcuts to the benefit of his business. That's why his share price went up. That's why Trump is surrounded by tech billionaires like Peter Thiel, because his government contracts. It's the easiest money that they'll ever see, is getting government contracts.
Yeah. And it's funny because what they always complain about is government contracts paying more than market rates, and then they'll live off the back of government contracts to their companies when they add a zero.